Now, Rahul Gandhi is known to make attacks which sometimes tend to backfire. There's been two instances of lynching in Punjab. Congress leaders in Punjab have been attacked for not being open in their condemnation of the lynching, rather just speaking about the desecration of the Granth Sahib, not saying enough about the brutal cold-blooded murders. Rahul Gandhi somehow sought to blame that on the BJP and Prime Minister Modi, which invited a very quick retaliation from the BJP, which said that it was Rajiv Gandhi who was the father of lynching, and this seems to have turned into a your lynching versus my lynching slugfest in election season.
Horrifying incidents that have left the entire nation in shock. Incidents that make us all hang our heads in shame. Incidents that have now triggered a who started it political fight. Here's Rahul Gandhi's tweet that set the cat among the pigeons. The Congress MP saying before the year 2014, the word lynching was unheard of in the country. Rahul's intention perhaps was to remind India of the horrific UP lynchings in the last many years. But the timing of the comment couldn't have been worse.
मैं नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू पुत्र सरदार भगवंत सिंह सिद्धू स्वतंत्रता सेनानी ऐलान करदा कि अगर किते भी बेअदबी होवे, चाहे कुरान शरीफ दी होवे, चाहे भगवत गीता दी होवे, चाहे गुरु ग्रंथ साहब दी होवे, सामने लोकां दे लिया के फाहा ला देना चाहिए, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन दी सब तो बड़ी सजा देनी चाहिए.
Rahul's party colleague, Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu, openly advocating lynchings in his state at a time when a man was lynched to death for a sacrilege bid in Punjab. The BJP was also quick to retort. Amit Malviya tweeting out a video of Rajiv Gandhi's speech calling him the father of mob lynching.
जब इंदिरा जी की हत्या हुई थी तो हमारे देश में कुछ दंगे फसाद हुए. जब भी कोई बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती थोड़ी हिलती है.
राहुल गांधी की याददाश्त कमजोर है और अल्पायु है. 2014 से पहले इस देश में सैकड़ों दंगे हुए और उनमें से कई दंगे ऐसे थे जब गांधी परिवार का कोई न कोई व्यक्ति शासन में था.
84 के अंदर इसी दिल्ली के अंदर में सिख भाइयों को किस प्रकार से घसीट कर मारा गया.
In 2014, Rahul Gandhi would have must understood that he is son of one of the world's biggest mob lyncher, which is Rajiv Gandhi.
But the Congress has hit back with equal aggression, backing Rahul Gandhi's lynching comment to the T.
जो राहुल गांधी जी ने बोला है वो जो पार्टी विशेष है, जो एक बीजेपी पार्टी है, उसकी जो आगे संस्था आरएसएस है, जो हिंदुत्व को बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं, वो जगह जगह पर जाकर पब्लिक प्लेस पर जाकर लोगों को मार रहे हैं.
Lynching politics back in focus with Rahul's comment, but he's put his own government in Punjab in a spot. When will the Congress and Rahul Gandhi condemn the horrifying lynching at the Golden Temple in Amritsar? Bureau Report, India Today.
The likes of Navjot Singh Sidhu, the Pradesh Congress chief, publicly coming out and saying those who desecrated any holy book should be hanged. He said, "Fansi de deni chahiye," should be hung by a noose. Not talking about a proper legal process, but just about the act of immediate punishment against them. Rahul Gandhi hasn't said anything about what's happened in Punjab, where there is a Congress government in power. And if at all, the question should have been asked of the Congress which is in power in Punjab. Yet he's somehow making it about the BJP and Prime Minister Modi. How does that make any sense at all? Joining me on this broadcast, Supriya Shrineth from the Congress, Sambit Patra of the BJP. Supriya, you're in a tough position today and I understand that, but let's just try and break down what happened here. The two lynchings that have happened one in Kapurthala, the other at the Golden Temple in Amritsar. In the state of Punjab, the Congress government is in power. Law and order is a state subject. If one of your top party leaders is to condemn what happened, he should condemn the lynching, he could condemn the desecration and talk about how what happened in Punjab is unfortunate. Rather, and somehow, he's looking to blame Prime Minister Modi for what happened on the watch of the Channi government in Punjab. That makes absolutely no sense. Try and explain what's going on, Supriya Shrinit.
Yeah, I'll first try and explain it to you, and I also want to put it on record. I'm not in a tough position at all because I entirely agree with what Rahul Gandhi has said. So I just have to defend what I agree with. I'm not here to defend something that I don't agree with, first and foremost. What Rahul Gandhi is making a reference to is a case of lynching that has happened in Haryana. Is a 14-year-old boy in Uttar Pradesh saying that he wants to assassinate the former Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh Yadav. That's the kind of narrative that the BJP has allowed to be built in the country. As far as Punjab is concerned, I have a very strong view on that, and I want to place it on record, which is also my party's view, that any mob cannot take the law and order in its own hands. There is a reason why there is police. There is a reason why there is a law and order situation. It should be allowed to take over when an incident like that happens. I highly condemn it. There is no denying the fact that the mob cannot be allowed to run riot in this country. But as far as Rahul Gandhi's comments are concerned, look at where we have come as a country today. A 14-year-old boy in Uttar Pradesh says, "मैं अखिलेश यादव को गोली मारना चाहता हूँ." A boy is killed by his own friends because he's a Muslim, and they keep chanting that. हम हिंदू हैं, तू मुल्ला है, इसलिए तुझे मार रहे हैं. Please understand, lynching is of many kinds, Rahul, and I want to place it on record. There is lynching of the worst kind as far as the youth of this country is concerned. They're being lynched without any jobs. When Hathras and Shahjahanpur and Unnao happened, women are being lynched for their self-respect. When Ajay Mishra Teni continues to be in the union government as a serving union state home minister, the farmers of this country are being lynched of their basic right to ask for justice. And that is the lynching that we are talking about.
Okay.
Do you not understand?
You're adding a lot of meaning to what Rahul Gandhi said. There's no way of knowing whether he said any of this or not, or meant any of this or not, because he didn't say it. Therefore, it's all extrapolation by Supriya Shrinit and her ilk, where she's adding to what he said. The two most... one second, Supriya, here's my question. The two biggest instances of lynching which have been in the news over the past few days have been the instances in Punjab. Rahul Gandhi hasn't said a word against his party leadership, from ministers, the chief minister himself, Navjot Singh Sidhu, who very dramatically says, "Phansi laga deni chahiye, phansa chada dena chahiye." He hasn't said anything about that. This is lynching, literal, brutal lynching happening on your party's watch. You're seeking accountability, but how about holding the mirror to yourself, Supriya?
Rahul, before you talk about the mirror that I want to hold for myself, do not put a blanket, blanket shrouding on what has happened in Haryana. A man being lynched by his own friends for the fact that he was a Muslim. What happened in Punjab cannot at all. I mean, it cannot be, it has to be condoned. It is wrong. And I don't think anybody should incite anyone taking the law into their own hands. There is absolutely no denying that. And no, I'm not extrapolating. I'm the national spokesperson of a political party. So when I say things, I've obviously either spoken to my leader or I have been briefed by the party. So I am not extrapolating because I don't come in the garb of political experts like a lot of the RSS leaders do. However, I want to place one very small thing on record. Women in this country or young people in this country cannot love because, in accordance with who they want to. They cannot marry out of their caste. A Dalit family is lynched in Karnataka because they enter a temple. A young boy is lynched, almost lynched to death in Ghaziabad because he enters to have some water from the tap. एक चूड़ी बेचने वाले को बेतहाशा मारा जाता है, उसके ऊपर क्या-क्या धाराएं लगा जाती हैं. We all know what is happening. That is the kind of atmosphere that one has to talk about. We've come to a stage where hatred is no longer being, people are not longer raising eyebrows on it. And I think that's a very serious concern.
Let Sambit Patra respond to what you're saying, because at the very least you're guilty of ignoring what's happened in Punjab because your leader didn't speak about it. Your party leaders virtually came out, condemned only the desecration, not the lynching. But we'll park that on the side and let Sambit respond politically, because Supriya Shrinit makes the argument that lynching is of different kinds: unemployment, Dalit oppression, people wanting to say that they want, somebody saying that I'll shoot Akhilesh Yadav, the lynching of a Muslim boy in Haryana. She says this is what Rahul Gandhi was speaking about, and therefore Rahul Gandhi is not sorry, the Congress party is not sorry, and they don't think this was a mistake.
See, Rahul, absolutely right. As far as Rahul is concerned, there is a whole lot of confusion around his statements, and that's the reason as to why no one, neither you nor me nor anyone knows as to what exactly does Rahul Gandhi mean by lynching. I mean, now we have a new definition of lynching. Unemployment is lynching, and someone, lo and behold, before this I was on, which is your sister channel. One of the Congress spokespersons said that demonetization and GST are lynching, and that is what Rahul Gandhi means. So, in fact, let the Congress spokesperson decipher as to what exactly Rahul Gandhi means. But what has taken me by shock is when Rahul Gandhi says that 2014 is the watershed line. Before 2014, there was no lynching, and lynching is a word which has come to vogue only after 2014. Rahul, I mean, my heart really bleeds when I say this. I don't want to mean this politically, but I'm just putting it as a figure which is factual. 8,006 almost were brutally murdered, pulled out of their homes, lynched, killed, burnt. Just name any brutal manner, just think of it, and that happened with the Sikh brothers and sisters in Delhi and in some other places in India post-1984 riots, post-1984 killing of Indira Gandhi. I mean, this is what the country has seen. And then the former president of the party says that lynching is something new in India, and never before in India's history had lynching happened. I mean, I'm astonished. And as far as sacrilege and desecration is concerned, very respectfully, but with all responsibility, I would state that the worst form of desecration, if ever carried out, of the Golden Temple is to be talked about. It was by late Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi. Tanks rolled on to the Golden Temple. The walls of the Golden Temple literally came crumbling down. Can we ever think of any worse form of sacrilege or desecration? Can the Sikh community ever forgive Indira Gandhi? And we have a leader of the same political party who wants eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, who wants people to be hanged on the street, killed on the street, and that too publicly he's speaking that. I don't understand what the Congress party really means. As far as the selectivism in lynching is concerned, I mean, I've been hearing, I'll just take 10 more seconds, Rahul, with your permission. Just 10 more seconds, Rahul. I have been carefully hearing the Congress spokesperson. She had twice or thrice talked about Muslims being lynched in the country. Not that I support anyone being lynched in this country. If it was a akhlaq, unfortunate, bad. The perpetrator should be punished, is being punished. If it was a Khan, the perpetrator should be punished. We cannot segregate as a Muslim being lynched or any other religious person being lynched. But my issue is, why the selectivism? Have you forgotten Ankit? Have we forgotten Kamlesh Tiwari? Have we forgotten the two Palghar sadhus? And let me tell you, Rahul, as far as the Palghar sadhus are concerned, if I ask the Congress spokesperson today, what are the names of the two Palghar sadhus, they won't be able to name the Palghar sadhus, because such is the selectivism on lynching that we very conveniently forget the Hindu victims, because appeasement is to be played to the hilt for it is time of elections.
Rahul, can I come in, please?
Supriya, Rahul Gandhi's tweet only says before 2014, the word lynching was practically unheard of. Now that just talks about, how much he's read or how familiar he is with the word lynching, and the BJP makes this very sharp argument that when Rajiv Gandhi says when a tree falls, the earth shakes, and what happened on your party's watch and Rahul Gandhi's father's watch after the assassination of Indira Gandhi, that's the most brutal. I mean, all lynchings are brutal, but that is lynching at a mass scale of one community, all of which, not just the instances in Kapurthala and Golden Temple, but all of what happened in 84 and all the riots that happened on your watch, Rahul Gandhi seems to have completely zoned out of.
So I hope you're going to give me an uninterrupted play just like you gave the BJP spokesperson. I object to a word that you used in your question, which is on Rajiv Gandhiji's watch. By on watch means it's being perpetrated by the person. That's my knowledge of English. I think that's a wrong phrasing of your question. You must take it back. Firstly, what happened in 1984 is absolutely gruesome. The country has gone through a very dark time then. The Prime Minister was assassinated, and the reality also is that nobody has ever justified it. You know who's justified that? Not Rajiv Gandhi, but Nanaji Deshmukh, to whom they gave the Bharat Ratna in 2019. He wrote articles justifying the violence that followed Indiraji's assassination, just to put it on record here, one of their ideologues, just to put it on record. The second thing what I want to play on record, you know who's zoned out? The BJP is zoned out. There is a man in their cabinet who is a cabinet minister today, he was Minister of State. From the stage during the Delhi riots and before the Delhi riots were perpetrated, that man said, Desh ke gaddaro ko goli maro, XX ko. I do not want to use cuss language here. That man was promoted to being the cabinet minister in this country instead of being reprimanded. You know, there was a man who actually shot at the CAA protesters from out of the blue. That man was made to join the BJP. After much public outcry, they had to take back that decision. So please do not come and tell me, and please do not preach me moral lectures here. And least of all, the BJP cannot be doing that to us, because the BJP under their watch, what is this Romeo squad in Uttar Pradesh today? Young boys and girls being actually attacked because they are in love. What is this love jihad, I want to ask today? And what do you mean by you don't understand what is lynching as far as the economy is concerned? What is lynching? Do you understand the definition of lynching? And if you understand the definition of lynching, you will understand that to deny the young jobs today and create the kind of joblessness, that's lynching. To dishonor women who go through rape and brutal crimes like that and tell them this is honor killing, which a lot of you have done, is lynching. To desecrate an economy and under your watch, on your watch, under your eye, actually cause an economic ruin, that is lynching of the worst kind. If you want to understand what my understanding of lynching is, that is my understanding. But answer one very, very brief question. When you want to talk about zoning out or not, I want to ask, a man on stage said what he did. Kapil Mishra, one of their own, said from stage and otherwise what he did. What action was taken against them? These are people who hold official positions. They have sworn to the Constitution. I hate to say this, Jayant Sinha garlanding people who were actually imprisoned for lynching. The BJP making somebody a national office bearer who was involved and was the direct accused of the Subodh Singh murder case, the police officer in UP. What are you even talking about? You actually have created an atmosphere of hatred and suspicion. And this is where we have come to. This is where we have come to, where friends are killing each other because they belong to different religions.
Okay, Sambit Patra.
I'm not saying this as a political spokesperson. I say this as a very
the Congress accusing your party of creating an atmosphere in the country where there is hatred and lynching becomes more and more frequent and common.
See, Rahul, first and foremost, I'm unable to understand. Maybe I'm less intelligent and the Congress spokespersons, etc., are extremely intelligent. I mean, they have defined lynching as unemployment. They have defined lynching as demonetization. And they defined lynching as destruction of Indian economy. I believe they really need to go on a sabbatical to understand what exactly lynching is. They need to understand the definition of lynching and what did Mr. Rahul Gandhi exactly meant when he tweeted about lynching. Did he mean about economic lynching? Did he mean about bodies being lynched? Did he mean about violence? Did he mean about unemployment? So God alone knows what runs in the mind of Rahul Gandhi and the ones who try to defend the indefensible Rahul Gandhi, number one. Number two, as far as unintelligent BJP is concerned, for us, lynching means murdering someone, killing someone, hanging someone, lashing out at someone, in fact, indignifying someone, going to the extent of killing someone. This is what lynching is. And to say that lynching did not exist prior to 2014, I just would like to draw attention again to 1984, because right now, astonishingly, yet again the Congress spokesperson said that 1984, the man responsible for everything was Nanaji Deshmukh. I mean, just imagine to what extent they can go to protect one Rahul Gandhi. And just, I was not
I did not say that.
Even
I did not say that. You're misquoting me.
Please forgive me, Rahul. I mean, we should not have verbal lynching also. Thank you. So Nanaji Deshmukh,
don't use words which have cost people their lives so lightly.
Rahul, can I be spared a verbal lynching? Thank you.
Okay,
Rahul,
Supriya,
I mean,
you wanted to be allowed to speak. Now you must give Sambit Patra the same opportunity. Sambit, go ahead, please.
Yes, thank you. Astonishingly, I mean, just imagine, what am I to answer? When you defend your leader to the extent where you draw Nanaji Deshmukh, RSS and BJP into 1984 riots and very conveniently say and attack the anchor of the main host of the show, saying that please take away the words where you say that under the watch of Rajiv Gandhi, the whole 1984 genocide took place. What is watch? Watch means when Rajiv Gandhi comes in front of the country and says that whatever happened post-murder of Indira Gandhi, post-assassination of Indira Gandhi, was just a little tremor of this earth. थोड़ा सा धरती हिल जाता है जब बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है. What else would you? Do you expect Rajiv Gandhi to be running with a knife in his hand? Of course not. He's the Prime Minister of the country. But it categorically shows, it is on record in television, when his ministers, Jagdish Singh Taitla, Sajjan Kumar, and Lalit Maken, and then of course we have Kamal Nath, all these people were the ones who were perpetrating the crime. And let me take 10 more seconds to add a very important ingredient into this. In fact, yesterday the parliament passed, today the parliament passed the chipping in of the EPIC card and the Aadhaar card. Remember that time, in fact, Mr. Jagdish Taitla, Kamal Nath, etc. were running from house to house with the electoral roll in their hand. And they were marking the houses with X. That this is Mr. Singh, he's a Sardar, is ghar ko jalana hai, is ghar se logo ko marna hai. And all these are recorded in the courts. These are recorded as evidence in the court. And that's the reason as to why Sajjan Kumar is behind bars today. Lifelong imprisonment. And you say that please take away the words, that Rahul Kanwal should not say that it was under the watch of Rajiv Gandhi. It was very much under the nose and under the watch of Rajiv Gandhi that 8,000 Sikhs were lynched and brutally murdered.
Rahul, can I please comment?
You know what this shows to me, Supriya, is just how bad a political communicator your leader Rahul Gandhi is, because he's put out a one-line tweet before 2014. The word lynching was practically unheard of in his world. And then you, for example, as a national spokesperson, have to take up the better part of the show, attributing meaning to what he said. Economic lynching, caste lynching, oppression, caste hatred, and everything else that you've said Rahul Gandhi meant. Whereas he couldn't communicate it clearly and effectively. He didn't talk about 1984, didn't talk about what happened at the Golden Temple, didn't talk about what happened at Kapurthala. And you have to now come on the show and you have the onerous responsibility of trying to explain to people who are watching what your leader meant, whereas his own political communication didn't seem to get that message across.
Two things. I think Rahul Kanwal is brave enough to defend himself if he thinks Supriya Srinath is being unreasonable. So I don't think the BJP spokesperson needs to pick up the cudgels on your behalf. First things first. The second thing that I want to say is no, I do not have the onerous task of doing this. I think I'm very happy doing it because I am outlining issues on which there is no public debate, on which people do not raise eyebrows, on which news studios are not screaming, on which people are not losing sleep, and on which people should ideally lose sleep. People should understand what's happening in this country. Two people in love being attacked. A Dalit family enters a temple being lynched. What are we even talking about? And who is giving these people the courage to do so? Because there's political patronage right at the top. When they see Anurag Thakur being promoted, they realize this is your speediest ticket to stardom. This is what you can do. You can lynch people, you can incite violence, you can accuse, you can abuse a community, and guess what? You will become India's cabinet minister. Guess what? You will be a very important leader within the BJP like Kapil Mishra for all the nonsense that he says all the time and gets away with it. There are multiple examples that I can give. But having your question on communication, Rahul Gandhi's communication skills are so strong and so huge that one line from him and the entire BJP goes into a rigmarole. Entire PMO goes into a rigmarole, just to put it on record here. Yes, he does not enjoy the 56 cameras that travel with him, or the 7 OB vans that travel with him, or teleprompters from which he's consistently reading. He does not enjoy those privileges. I don't think he will even want those privileges. Those privileges should be reserved for the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji of this country, because these are not privileges that I think people in political life or public life should have.
While his tweet is being spoken of, Rahul Gandhi was asked by reporters a fairly reasonable question about lynchings in Punjab, which happened on the watch of his government, the Congress chief minister, and he attacked the media for asking the question. Take a look at what's happened and then we'll build on it.
On Monday, he said this.
आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं क्या? नहीं सरकार या आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं? अरे मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ आपके सरकार आपका क्या आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं?
And on Tuesday, he said this.
सरकार की दलाली मत करो.
The Congress party's de facto frontman is on a short fuse, snapping repeatedly at journalists outside Parliament. On Monday, he was questioned on Parliament's disruptions. And on Tuesday, he was questioned on his lynching comment. Both times, he lost his cool and shot the messenger.
आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं क्या? नहीं सरकार या आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं? अरे मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ आपके सरकार आपका क्या आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं? नहीं हाउस अरे मेरे जवाब देने दो. आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं क्या? हाउस को ऑर्डर में रखने का किसकी जिम्मेदारी होती है? ऑपोजिशन की नहीं होती है, सरकार की होती है।
सरकार की दलाली मत करो, डाइवर्जन डाइवर्ट मत करो। आपने एक ट्वीट किया है थोड़ी देर पहले, थैंक यू भैया, इसको लेकर आप भैया डाइवर्ट मत करो। मैंने आपको बोला देखिए सरकार की दलाली मत करो।
Rahul Gandhi's gussa against the media isn't new. He's had a long history of taking pot shots at journalists posing questions to him. In the heat of the 2019 election campaign, Rahul Gandhi latched onto a Narendra Modi interview to news agency ANI, firing directly at the interviewer and calling her pliable.
आपने कल प्रधानमंत्री का इंटरव्यू देखा आपने, हंस रहे हैं। मतलब प्लायबल जर्नलिस्ट, वो क्वेश्चन भी कर रही थी, प्रधानमंत्री के आंसर भी दे रही थी साइड में।
Election season is always a tricky time for political tempers, but Rahul Gandhi's gussa is perhaps more understandable than most. For starters, he's become target number one even within the opposition, with everyone from Mamta to Prashant Kishore to Pinarayi Vijayan to even his close ally Stalin, either saying or doing things that hamper Rahul's latest attempt at opposition leadership. Even worse, the continuing implosions and exits within the Congress have only revealed the rot within the grand old party. And with emotions and anger building up, it's perhaps only natural that Rahul Gandhi chooses so often to shoot the messenger. He's done it twice in 2 days. Expect it to happen again. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, he's asked a question about Punjab lynchings, which Supriya Shrineth, you've been a journalist, is a perfectly reasonable question to ask. It doesn't take away from what's happening in Parliament, doesn't take away from the suspension of the MPs, which are separate matters. But here's a direct question being asked to your party leader about what's happened in Punjab. And because it doesn't suit him, those lynchings don't suit him, so he doesn't want to come out and condemn. He doesn't want to say what Sidhu said was wrong. You can't hang people on public squares. We need to come out and condemn not just the desecration but also the lynching. Instead, he attacks the messenger.
So I will, with all due respect to some sections of the media, but not the large sections right now, with all due respect to some of you, I will say they are no longer the messengers. So please don't keep calling them the messengers. Large sections of the media are today crawling and have become stooges of this government. And I say this as a former journalist and not as a Congress party spokesperson, because this is a profession I love to my heart. This is a profession which will always be my first love. Large sections of Indian media today are crawling stooges of this government. They'll be asked to sit, they will crawl in.
But given the fact that you became a politician yourself for the Congress party, you're hardly the best person to be giving anybody a certificate on who's doing journalism and who isn't, because people could say that all the time you were in journalism. The BJP will make that argument that maybe you were pushing you were pushing your party's line. How does anybody know?
Rahul, that's a brilliant question you asked me, and I should be thankful to you for asking me that question. In my last 3 years, and after attacking the BJP as vocally as I do, why have they not been able to attack me on that one thing? Because I was one of the most objective journalists. I was the only journalist in this country, and I take a lot of pride in that. There was no other journalist in this country, including in your group, who could interview Mr. Chidambaram and Mr. Jaitley on budget the same day. I had that privilege because they both thought I was an objective journalist. And I can go on and on about the various instances and the relationships that I continue to enjoy with large sections of the BJP, because I was always very objective. Many people in the Congress thought I was very pro-BJP. Some pro-BJP thought I was anti-Congress, but I'm not going to get into that. The reason why they have not been able to attack me for the last 3 years is because they have not been able to dig up any dirt on me, because I don't have any. I want to say this with my head held high. But I will go back to saying large sections of the Indian media today are crawling stooges who will actually ask questions that the government wants to be asked. There are 12 parliamentarians who've been suspended. There is a law which is connecting your Aadhaar and your voter ID card is in opposition to what the Supreme Court judgment on Aadhaar is. And still you do not want to debate this. Questions will not be asked on that. Questions will not be asked on Ajay Mishra Teni. You only want to ask questions because you want to create a headline out of that. And by you, I don't obviously mean you. I mean the media in general. I think they are bound to be called out, because I've started calling them out as well.
We've debated Teni more often than virtually anybody else has, including asking for the minister's resignation multiple times on this show and on our channel. So that's a complaint. But this I find problematic, because you're giving a moral halo to yourself I must just say,
Yes,
I
I
must
am.
just say to
Yes,
put
I
the
am.
record straight that
With my
both
head
Mr.
held high.
Chidambaram and Mr. Jaitley,
Yes.
when he was alive and were on
the
our
same day,
network
on
on the
budget day?
same
I
day,
don't think
sometimes
so.
even on the same
No.
show, multiple times on the same
Never
day,
by the
on
same.
the same show.
Never
But
by
that's
the same
not
anchors.
the argument. That is
Never by the
completely
same
not the
anchors.
argument.
This is on record. I want to put it. Never
Well,
by the same anchors.
actually,
I
Rajdeep,
want to
I
put it on
remember
record.
Rajdeep interviewing Jaitley and Chidambaram. One second, I remember
Once.
Rajdeep interviewing Jaitley and Chidambaram
Once.
at the
In
same time on the
2014.
same show. Maybe
Once
like
in
your leader who
2014.
forgot about.
Once
Maybe
in
like your
2014.
leader who forgot.
Once
This
in
is after
2014.
2015.
Once in
Yeah, so
2014.
maybe like
No.
your leader who
Once
had
in
who's
2014.
forgotten about what happened
Once in 2014,
Golden Temple.
and then they never
This is
spoke
bizarre.
together to
This
him.
is totally.
Once in
I haven't ever
2014.
seen anything like this.
You know,
you want to
it's
you
bizarre
want
for
to
you to
you
bring
want
it
to
up.
make
So you have to hear about the bizarre
Supriya, one
stuff
second.
also.
Nobody
But that's okay.
Supriya,
I don't want to
one
get
second.
personal here. You want to get
Supriya,
personal, bring it
nobody
on.
wants a certificate on good journalism from you. You're a politician, you'll be treated as such, okay? Your time as a journalist is long in the past. Yes, absolutely. You'll be treated as a politician, and that's what you are right now. So don't give anybody a certificate about good or bad journalism. That's the least thing, that's the last thing somebody who gave up the profession can do.
Our Godi media,
Most certainly,
they crawl at the
most
behest of the
certainly,
Prime
because
Minister.
you
That's
are
what
giving a
large sections
moral
of
halo
media
to
are doing.
yourself. You're giving a moral
am
halo
telling
to
you.
yourself, condemning everybody
Because
else, which is
does it
completely
never strike
unacceptable.
you?
Anyway,
Has it
this is
never
not the
struck you
point.
why they've never
This
been
is
able to come
completely
after
not
me
the point.
on
So I'm
my
going to
ears
leave
as
that
a
on the side.
journalist?
Sambit Patra,
Well,
I'm
you can
out
go
of
ahead and be
time.
personal
I'm
with
out
me. I
of
can take
time.
it on.
Final
Bring it on,
comments from
Rahul
Sambit Patra.
I mean, I'm astonished.
Why not me?
Rahul, I'm really astonished. The debate, in fact, I mean, it got waylaid, I would say, when
Mr.
we have
Patra used
discussions
to
on
come on
who
my
is a
shows.
good.
Ask him why did he come on my shows if I was a bad journalist. Please ask
My
him why
God,
did he come
Rahul,
on my
what
shows.
is this, Rahul?
did
Why
a
this amount
plethora
of frustration
journalists
do
come
we
on my
have?
shows?
Rahul,
Ma'am,
please
you're
don't
not
take
a
out the
journalist.
frustration
Forget
on
that.
me.
That episode in your
please tell
life
him
is
not to
now in
take
the
out the
past. Just
frustration
let
on
it
me.
You
be.
don't need
Let
to comment
Sambit
on that.
conclude. We're having a
Please,
political
this is
debate.
the most
You're trying to
unwanted
defend what
behavior
Rahul
that
Gandhi
anyone
said.
expects.
Let
comment on
Sambit
it.
Patra
You
conclude.
chose to get
Let
personal comment.
Rahul,
just put
You should
Supriya
not
straight
have
down.
I
something.
Sambit.
believe-
It was a mistake.
Rahul, I believe you can get now as to why the Congress is a constant loser. I mean, look at Rahul Gandhi and look at their spokesperson. Look at their behaviors. Look at their frustration. Look at their arrogance. And this is the reason as to why where the Congress is today, where it is. I mean, look, Rahul Gandhi constantly demeaning the media, saying that aap dalal hai. The words like you are dalal. And for what? Just because the media personnel, the journalist asked a question on 1984 Sikh riots. I mean, the person becomes dalal. Remember the same Rahul Gandhi who comes up with everyday definition. Now, just a second, everyday definition of media being sold. Why do these spokespersons behave so arrogantly? Did I shout when you were speaking? Of course not. Can't you be human? Why do you have these verbal lynching tendencies? Why do you shout at others?
Please don't use that word as lightly.
Just a
People
second.
have lost their lives.
Just a second, madam. Please don't shout. Don't shout. Behave yourself. Behave as if you are educated.
Stop using
Don't behave as an uneducated and good person, madam. Very respectfully. Don't behave like this.
As lightly as you are.
My God,
People
Rahul,
have lost their
please,
lives due to
Rahul.
lynching.
I cannot take this.
Incited by some
I mean,
of your
this is
own. So don't
absolutely
use verbal
arrogant.
lynching. Like a buffoon.
Please,
Please
Rahul,
don't use
can I
verbal
please?
lynching. Don't use that
You
word.
said
It's a wrong word
lynching
you're
means
using.
unemployment. You said lynching means demonetization.
People
You
have
said
lost their
lynching
lives
means
due to
no.
you.
You said
And due
lynching
to your
means
party.
unemployment.
And due to
Please don't
inciting of
preach me, and
violence by
madam,
you.
please don't
Don't use
shout.
that word
Please
so
behave
lightly.
yourself, ma'am. Please, you said you were the world's
I don't need a
best
certificate to
journalist.
behave myself
Please
from you,
at
just
least
like I don't
behave
need a
as a
certificate
journalist,
on
ma'am.
my
Please
journalism
behave as
from
a
Rahul
human being
Kanwar.
first.
As simple
You
as
are the
that.
best. Rahul, can I please complete at least 10
Why did you come
seconds
on my shows if I was
uninterrupted?
so
Why
bad,
does this
Sambit?
woman behave in this
Sambit,
uncouth manner?
this is not
Rahul,
right.
please,
Just put
Rahul.
Supriya's fader down. Put Supriya's fader down. Let Sambit conclude.
Thank you,
Sambit, go
Rahul.
on.
I mean, this is not the way. Rahul, as far as Supriya and Sambit Patra are not the center of debate. We are debating on Rahul Gandhi and on lynching. I would like to conclude by saying that leave aside Rahul Gandhi's frustration on journalists. Rahul Gandhi is frustrated on G23 itself. I mean, remember most of the leaders in G23 who are the upper echelons of the Congress party, they have been termed as BJP's agent. They have been called as dalals of BJP. Ghulam Nabi Azad has been called so. Manish Tiwari has been called so. Kapil Sibal has been called so. Tomato has been thrown at his house. I mean, his car has been vandalized only recently. A couple of months ago, his car was vandalized. So this is the frustration of a failing leader who does not see a way ahead. So with this frustration, if Rahul Gandhi feels that he can win elections, and with this arrogance, if the Congress spokespersons feel that they can win debates, for God's sake, that's not going to happen.
You put my fader down and you want to do a
we've
debate.
had a
Carry on, be my
feisty
guest.
debate. I didn't.
Carry on and be my guest. What is this nonsense about?
I'm going to give you 20 seconds, Supriya Shrinate. No, this is bizarre. Supriya, multiple things you did today are problematic. First and foremost, when you speak, you want no one to interrupt. You want Sambit Patra to keep quiet. You want to ensure that you get to speak uninterrupted. When Sambit starts speaking, you don't let him speak. You want to jump him and interject and interrupt him every way. You want to give yourself a moral halo, condemn everybody else, say that you were the greatest journalist ever and God bless you for that, and make everybody else seem like a dalal and a pet of the government, which is completely unacceptable. And you want to come over here and add
you want to sit on your high pulpit
things
and
to your
preach
leader's
me?
statement
I'm
which
not
were
being
never
your
said in
guest.
the statement, which were never part of the statement. But anyway,
Rahul
we're going
Kanwar,
to leave it
if
over
you
there
want
for
to.
the time being.
No, Rahul,
Sambit has spoken, Supriya has spoken. Okay, I'm going to, in the interest of fairness, say what you want. I'll give you 20 seconds. Go on, Supriya.
You know, sitting on your high pulpit, you give me a long lecture and then you wrap up the show, put my fader down. I take objection to that. I never brought in my journalistic years. You brought them in. And so it was my turn to show you the mirror, just like you wanted me to be seen in the mirror. For the record, I want to say here, Sambit Patra should be the last person talking about lynching, should be the last person talking about behavior. Of all the people in the BJP, Sambit Patra, moral
just
behavior
imagine
from you
such
should really be the last of the resort. I mean, that's the last thing the BJP should do. आपसे क्यों बुला रहे हैं? अनुराग ठाकुर को बर्खास्त करिए. अजय मिश्र टेली को बर्खास्त करिए. Congratulations.
Okay, so I leave it to our viewers to decide who they think won this debate, who they think had the stronger arguments, and who was all fury and no substance. We don't take sides. We leave it to you, our viewers, to decide who you thought carried the argument today. I'll slip into a break. I'll have more for you when we come back on the other side. Stay with us. We're back in a moment.